Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Haat, baralei, bondhu, habo, the place where stories come alive. Today, I am going to tell you a heart-touching story about courage, love, and true friendship. Meet Golapi, a kind and brave cow, and her best friend Tammy. When trouble strikes their peaceful village, Golapi shows us that even animals can have the biggest hearts and the strongest spirit. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the story of Golapi, the brave cow. In a quiet little village surrounded by green trees lived an elderly lady. Everyone called her Tammy. She lived alone, but she had one dearest companion, a beautiful white cow named Golapi. Golapi was not just a cow, she was like a ray of sunshine. Tammy would talk to her, sing to her, and treat her like her own daughter. You know, Golapi, she would say, if I ever had a child, she would be just like you. Every morning, Golapi gave fresh milk. Tammy would collect it and serve it to the children in the village. Everyone said, Golapi's milk has magic in it. One day, a young boy named Niloy came to the village. He was from the city visiting his uncle's house during summer vacation. At first, he did not like the village at all. But when he saw Golapi, his eyes lit up. Does this cow really understand what you say? Niloy asked curiously. Tammy smiled. Of course. If you speak from your heart, she will understand you. Soon Niloy started coming every morning to feed Golapi, give her water, and pat her gently. Slowly he began to change. He laughed more, ran around, and started loving the village life. Golapi had owned his heart. One morning, dark clouds covered the sky. A storm was coming. Heavy rains poured down. Thunder roared, and soon the village started to flood. People began running to higher ground. Tammy grew worried and said, I will not go anywhere without Golapi. Niloy came running. Tammy, we must go up the hill. It's not safe here. But Tammy refused. I will not leave Golapi behind. At that moment, Golapi came forward on her own. She seemed to understand everything. She gently nudged Tammy with her head, urging her to move. Together, Golapi, Tammy, and Niloy began climbing to safety. Even in the pouring rain and stormy winds, they didn't stop. They were a team. When the storm passed and the sky cleared, the villagers saw them safe and sound on top of the hill. Tammy, Niloy, and brave little Golapi. Everyone was just amazed. If a cow can show such courage and love, imagine what we human can do, they said. Niloy smiled. Golapi is not just a cow, she is my real friend in the village. Tears welled up in Tammy's eyes, but she smiled and said, love and friendship, that's the real strength of life. You don't need to be big or powerful to be a true friend. Love, care, and loyalty make the strongest bond. Golapi and Tammy's story reminds us that even animals can love, protect, and bring light in our darkest times. And that was the story of Golapi, the brave cow, a tale of love, loyalty, and true friendship. If you enjoyed this story, dear friends, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Haat, baralei, bondhu, habo for more beautiful stories every week. Thank you for watching.